tier, and we are here for round 7 around Canada, Montreal. It is me, Brett, and I am joined with Minty. Say hi.
Hello there, everyone.
So obviously I've not been here the last 2 rounds, so I apologise. From now to the end of the stream, I'm not going to know too much because I've not been able to keep much track. But I'm excited to be back. It's been a tough few weeks, I would say, so it's nice to be back commentating for One Hub. They really have done so much for me, and a big thanks to Jess as well for helping me out recently. So, tell me, Minty, we need a bit of a recap. Let's hear it.
Well, it's been really close up the front. Scorpion got the lead in Austria after a shocking Grand Prix from Pizza Parker. Well, Scorpion is now leading by that 14 points. Yeah, that is 14 points. But Pizza Parker did outscore Scorpion last race, so there is still a battle up there for the championship.
Well, that is good news. We always like to see a very kind of intense battle going on, especially in Podium tier, where a lot of these drivers might be going up a tier next season, or potentially down. And maybe if a driver hasn't been doing that great, or maybe feels like they would perform better in the tier below. Now, I'm just making sure. Did you accept my access to that, Tim? Minty? I called you Tim. Big boy win thanks apparently here. Sorry for the blue screen, guys. Yeah, can you not look at your email? I've requested access for
okay, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Never done this before.
Right, how is everyone in the chat today? Obviously I'll be seeing some familiar faces. Not seen you guys in a good 2 weeks, so it's always nice to be back and talking to the One Hub lads. Here we go. And it's Jimbo Mancy cheering on Rainman. As always, nice seeing the chat again, mate. We'll see how Rainman does round here. I remember round Monaco. Sadly, we lost Minty for the end of that. But he put on a good show. I think he came in I don't know if he won it last time. Well, if he won it at Monaco, I'm not sure. But tell me, Minty, how has he been performing the past few weeks?
It's been just up and up for him. He's been doing very well in my opinion. Well, last race wasn't the best for him, 9th position, but Austria he really performed well. So that's always good for him. He is now in 4th position of the championship, flying the flag for Ferrari alone, as King Jorrit is down with 0 points.
Well, it's going to be a good qualifying as always in Podiums here. So the grid is for tonight: Zepidoodle, Rainman, Vitinho, ST Mats, F1 Farf, Quace, Scorpion Hunt, Catboy Key, Pete Parker, Riley Buys, TC, Cam K-Mom, Rich, Lahofner, Dexter, the lobby host, what a man, Pollage Town, oh my god, how I forgot it again, Okiki, I think, and TTG King Jade. Jess, help me out again. It's been 2 weeks. But it looks like an Alfa Romeo is going to be the first car out, and that might be Riley Buys, it seems. Let me turn down my volume again. I apologise for the blue screen because the cars are a bit too loud and I'm getting deafened. So
there is Mercedes out
on
the track. It's Scorpion flying now into sector 3 he goes, so while Riley Biss is down in sector 1, now going into sector 2. Scorpion really trying to get his quali runs in. He's of course leading the championship in the questions before the Grand Prix, he said that he just wants to get pole position and win the race, as always.
Well, let's go on board with him as he prepares his lap going through the final chicane. That's going to be a very big section for penalties around here, but that'll be the one thing Scorpion Hun might actually win this on. He's very good at not gathering up them penalties compared to his teammate, who's done it quite a few times if I'm not wrong. So Scorpion Hun comes out the turn 3 there, up the hill now into the fast chicane, getting the car turned down nicely, keeping the car nice and stable. We always see this with the two Mercedes drivers. Using all the curb on the left, not touching the one on the right. You don't want to mess up your car's traction. Activating the second DRS straight. That's it, 2 out of the 3 he's been through. So a very small track. You're averaging about the 1 minute kind of 8 to 1 minute 9s, 10s, kind of around that area. So it's not the longest Grand Prix circuit. That's must be a truth, isn't it, Minty?
Yeah, it really is, and the old school design of just having a bunch of straights and then just a couple of chicanes to like break the straights. It's a really fast track, and as you said, really easy to invalidate your lap, but that is Scorpion Hun fastest out of all of, as he is the first one to come across the finish line. 1 minute 08.8.
Well, that is definitely a good banker lap for the I want to say championship leader, but I don't know.
Yes,
yeah, championship leader, right? Let me get this up so I'm not making mistakes. Sorry, guys.
Get yourself some water as I hear the voice cracks coming in.
No. It was that was a burp. Totally.
Ah, okay.
I'm trying to stop myself. Happens every time. It's because I just ate. But well, yes, Scorpion Hun, I'll go through the championship order at the moment as everyone goes to set their lap, including TGG Kind J, who we're on board with the now. So Scorpion Hun in first, followed by Peter Parker, then Quace, Scorpion Hun's teammate, has not really had the best, I would say, second half to the season maybe, or well, kind of like after the first few rounds, I would say. In fourth place is Rainman, who just continues to pile up them points. Loeffner follows behind him as the first Haas driver. Then you have Zephyro, the Aussie man himself, in P6. Catboy Key P7, doing well for himself this season. Vitinho P8 coming back after a few errors or crashes in this season. Kong Hoffner in P9 with 24 points. Then Riley Buys, who seems to be really racking up the points since I've left, since I was away, on 23 points on the Alpha. They were struggling to get points.
Interesting enough, the Grand Prix you left in, it was Austria. They just seemed to pick up the pace completely, the Alfa Romeos, and they've just been continuing that run of form, and as you can see in the championship standings, right now they're 10th and 13th, and in the constructors they are 6th.
Well, that is something to be proud of. I mean, F1 4th, I think, is kind of came in and all of a sudden done a pure switch around for the Alfa Romeo team, and it seems to really get Riley Buys pushing because he's got to fight for his #1 spot in that car. So he's definitely decided, right, okay, it's time to push. We always knew Riley Buys is capable of doing very fast laps as Kind J improves once again, but not by much. Let's see Peter Parker, who is a race winner in this tier. Let's see if he can maybe make another repeat of his former glory. He comes in to the very long hairpin, but wouldn't be surprised if we see a few people hitting the wall in the exit, but we'll have to see as he activates the third DRS. So again, a short track with 3 DRS rates is not a very often thing on many tracks to have 3 DRS, but especially not on a short one. He comes from the final chicane there, now nearing the start-finish line. And the Racing Point driver goes P1 with a 1 minute 8.547. Very strong lap for Peter Parker as we have 11 minutes left in the session, Minty.
Yes, we do, and I just wanted to mention that the racing points do seem to have faster quality times than their race pace, as Mercedes always seems to just get the edge on them in the race, while the racing points, they have been getting plenty of pole positions across this season, and Kabuki actually got a pole position last week at Kota, and he's coming up to the finish line now. Here will not hit the Wall of Champions. The wall lap time will it be 1 minute 08.8. It puts him right behind Scorpion Hun.
A very impressive lap from Kieran himself. I'm sure he'll be happy with the recent Liverpool performances, let's be honest, but they didn't get placed in a very good Europa League, oh no, sorry, Champions League thing, I don't think, or maybe I'm not thinking of them. I don't know. I'm not really a Liverpool fan, I don't follow them, I'm just trying to be nice to Kieran, but I don't like his team. So, on to Quiz. He's a 10th up, just exiting the first sector. They're now coming into the second one, which is really the part of the track where you have to be more careful on losing the back end. It's only here on turn 3 where the car is at its most kind of traction heavy zone. Quace now comes into the hairpin. He'll be looking to get the car as straight as possible, maximising the exit. He's lost a bit of time in that second sector though, Minty. Well, with Quist, take back that provisional pole, or well, this maybe not be the lap he's been hoping for.
For now, I have a feeling he will, as track conditions are improving, but keep in mind there's still 9.5 minutes to go, and he invalidates the lap time on the last chicane, which isn't great news for him. He'll have to go on another set of softs to try and beat that lap time.
Well, I can assure you, he just missed out anyway on that lap with the invalidated time, setting a 1:8.555, I think it was.
I have a feeling he probably lifted off there at the end, just a slight bit, after he got the invalidated lap time.
Well, Scorpion Hun on a lap at the moment. I don't know if this is his second lap or if it's, yeah, okay, that is an in lap. Is anyone actually out? TG King J, the man getting a lot of camera time in this qualifying session so far as he heads down the chicane hill. I'm seeing comments. Let's see who is talking in the chat. It is Jess. It is really. It is also here. Race is dry, wet, dry. Oh, now Minty.
Dry, wet, dry. Ooh.
That could really be fun to watch. It'll be a very kind of big on strategy kind of race. I mean, King J is 3 times up, by the way. This is a big improvement for him. But a race where you have 2 different conditions is definitely one to look out for. It's always good at the end where everyone just goes onto the soft tyres and starts basically doing hot laps every lap. But I feel like this is really going to be some good racing we're going to see. King J, P4.
He definitely could, as we've seen wet races so far, especially Austria. The drivers surprisingly kept it clean that whole race, which fair play to them, but with the dry to wet conditions back to dry, the drivers will just be pushing, and I think we'll see a lot of gambling, maybe trying to stay out on the dries, maybe trying to pit in a lap earlier, try to get the undercut on the rest of the grid.
Well, Rally By's coming to the final corner now. He makes his way to the start-finish line, and where does he go? He goes P5 for a 1:8.874. Now Riley really flying the flag for the Alphas at the moment, as we have F1 Farf beginning his lap as he passes at the start-finish straight. He goes into turn 1, getting the car turned in very nicely, right over that curb. No track limits there. F1 Farf gets very good traction out turn 3, I must say, as he goes through the chicane, chucking his car in. and he now makes his way around the chicane over the curb on the left and just tapping the one on the right. Like I said, you don't want to lose traction in that area.
Yeah, now coming up to turn 8 and 9, finishing off the sector. I think he invalidated it.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I was not sure about that one, but I had to get confirmation from you, but yes, invalidated. So, that's unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver, and he will be coming into pits this time.
Well, here's someone to talk about, Vitinho. The man who has been wanting the championship, but sadly had one of his most unlucky seasons in one hub, I would say. Crossed the line for P7 there, 1 minute 8.8. So 3 times more than that, will be closer to pole position, but will he be able to pull that off? We've got 5 minutes left in the session. People will be repairing their last few laps, but Zepperudo is the man who looks to potentially... No, it won't be his last lap, but he'll be setting his second lap of the session so far. Or his third, I don't know. He might feel soft.
Yeah, but in the midfield it's really close. I'd call it the best of the rest. As we see the two Mercedes and Pizza Parker really dominating this season. The best of the rest, you can see the amount of people within. It's from 4th to 10th, 2 tenths separating them. So it's really all to play for in qualifying.
Oh, and Zepperudo decides to opt to come back into the pits and go again.
As Chris sets the fastest lap time of the qualifying session so far, 1 minute 8.4, just squeezing into the 4 tenths marks. And that will be provisional pole position.
Well, Peter Parker on a lap and on his way to potentially beat Quase's lap as he goes a purple sector in sector 1 there. Now exiting up to the hairpin. And that's another purple sector. He's 3 times up here. Coming around the hairpin now on the traction nice and early, keeping it in 3rd gear to minimise the traction loss. Now he makes his way back, well, through the straight under the F1 2020 banner and under another one, and there we are, under another one after that. Many F1 2020 banners here, and he does miss the apex going into the final corner, bashes into the barrier for good measure, but now coming across the line, and he's not going to improve. That mistake on the last chicane has really cost him and actually lost him about 3 times, Minty.
It really has. That was unfortunate for him, just missing the braking zone into the last chicane, and hopefully he will have another chance at pole position with 3 minutes remaining. I think that will be enough.
He's got to rush his way back to the pits, and I think he knows that. He's using everything. He's using all the DRS. He's making sure he gets back into his pit box, gets a fresh set of tyres on, gets going against his cuts the corner. That's a very risky one. I've tried that. Oh, voice crack. I've tried that before, and I've went right into a wall. So Minty, the voice cracks do return. I know you missed it.
Oh yes, I did.
But it's going to be a good show. Cam, we've not seen much of him in the session. Let's see if he can improve as he comes out the final corner, beginning his lap here. Activates the DRS to make sure he gets the most top speed possible. Enters turn 1, big lock up in the front left there. Lahofner comes out of the pits. This might give him a little bit of dirty air. Lahofner does well to stay out of the way, but a little bit distracting for Cam maybe. He now heads into turn 4. It just seems like Cam isn't as committed as usual.
He's lacking the confidence he usually does in that Renault. Maybe the setup
is
up.
Oh!
That's a half spin. He hits the wall, and the Haas is lucky to avoid him.
And what did I say? That curb is very dangerous. Nobody wants to be touching that. But a definitely good save from Cam, and a great driving from, I believe it was Lahofner, who avoided that.
Yeah, that was good reactions from the Danish driver. But if this was real life, you probably would have seen a red flag with Cam K, the Mons rear wing completely falling off as we saw him smash into that wall with the rear of his car.
Well, F1 Farf as he makes his way down the straight. 3 temps up. This will put him in to potentially the top 3. Can he do well for the Alfa Romeo team in the dying moments of the qualifying session? He goes, he sends it. He doesn't hit the barrier, but does lose the back end. But I don't think it's going to cost him that much as he crosses the line. Goes P3 with a 1 minute 8.6.
And that's a great lap time for Alfa Romeo. Ryan Ibis is on his out lap, and he will be looking to improve, potentially beat his teammate.
Scott Quest improves again by a 10. Let's see who else is to cross the line. I believe that was Rich. Yep, he starts his lap. But it's hard to keep track. There's an Alfa Romeo Riley Bizo coming up to the... Nope, he's on an out lap. I believe we have the time glitch.
He might do, as OKK loses it at the final corner. And that was really close for him.
Stays well out of the way, Catboy Key there.
Catboy Key has an invalidated lap time, probably from invalidating at the final chicane.
Hoffner was P4. Sorry to cut you off there, Minty, but...
No problem, but that is an amazing lap time from Lee Hoffner.
Zepidido keeps P10 there.
And
Cam goes up to P11. Scorpion Hunt does not improve. Again, sorry to cut you off. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's now Williams and Vitinho coming across the line. He doesn't improve.
Chris coming up, he improves. Absolute havoc at the end.
Rich 500. Oh, he comes spinning across the line. We like to see that. What about Rainman? Can he improve? He's 2 times, almost 3 times up across the line. Goes at P12 and 9.1. Now, who else is on a lap? Catboy Key? No.
As now Pizza Burger is getting slipstream from Catboy Key, I think.
Oh, the teamwork. We love to see it. We love to see it. Kieran gets well out the...
Oh, I think that was not really planned from the 2 racing points.
Oh no, they're trying to get a double slipstream. Well, but he goes P1!
Oh, he goes on pole position. 108.352. And that's an amazing lap time from Pizza Parker, the fastest pizza delivery man in one hub.
No, on the planet.
On the planet. Even better. Definitely in Canada as he gets pole position.
This is his home track, I believe. No, it's not. What am I on? He's from the UK, but I don't know what's happening, guys. I've sorted the problem.
I doubt we have any Canadian here. The closest we will have to a Canadian is Cam, who is from the USA.
The US of A. Peace Parker though, a very strong lap there, another very strong showing from the man. Good teamwork from the racing point. I did question that kind of last decision, but I think in the end I actually gained Catboy Key, I don't know, gained Peace Parker the time because he got a double slipstream.
It did, but when he was coming up to last chicane, I saw him slow down quite early, and I was just worried that they maybe messed up the team communication.
Well, I'll go through the qualifying results now. We have Peace Parker on pole position, very well deserved there. Quest P2, F1 Farf P3, Lahofner, great qualifying for P4. Scorpion Hunt disappoints himself potentially in P5. King J P6, another great qualifying for him. Riley Bias P7 does the same. Catboy Key also an impressive P8. Vitinho P9, Zepido P10, Cam came on P11, CSG Rainman P12, TC P13, P14 OKK, and Polish Town P15, P16 is Rich, P17 is ST Mats, and P18 running off the grid is Dexter, our lobby host. What a man. Gonna say that every time. Hey, Minty, we got through the qualifying results. I mean, if anyone actually watches the podium tier with me and Minty, our absolutely dreadful comms. Well, Minty's brilliant. I'm terrible.
It's only your voice cracks.
Yeah, no. Well, there we go. See, that's what makes the show. That's what makes the show. Right. Anyway, into the session, we heard it is going to go dry, wet, dry. what are your expectations? Who's going to take the most advantage out of this mini?
Oh God. Uh, just gonna go for a pun, maybe CSGB Rainman.
He's got rain in
He
his
could
name.
do well in the rain. We were joking about that in Austria because he wasn't actually doing that well in the rain, but then something just switched on in his brain and he was bloody flying it.
Well, maybe he can start bloody flying it sooner in the rain session. But out in pole, Peter Parker once again this season. What are your expectations of him? Will he hold it, or will Quist show his winning mentality and take the position?
Now, that's going to be an interesting one. I have a feeling that Quist will go for the dive bomb into turn 1, but Peter Parker will retain his position, and there might be some team orders in Mercedes because Scorpion is starting in 5th. I have a feeling he'll get up to that 2nd position quite fast.
Well, let's mention as we go ahead onto the formation lap, let's mention our sponsors for this season. We have Next Level Racing and Liam123.
Yes.
Yes, haha.
Finally.
I got it. And I just want to say a big thank you to Next Level Racing for funding one of the championships for One Hub Racing, where you have to basically complete all your tasks throughout the season, which I think is a very cool idea. It gets everyone nice and involved and has a chance of winning a Next Level Racing product, which is a very high quality. As I may have owned something. No, but I've heard great things, and I used to actually have a partnership with them with my old team, so I know great things from Next Level Racing. Liam at 123 is a great man. Sadly had to leave the league due to work, I believe, but he helps out a lot with One Hub. He offers he basically funded all the trophies a driver gets for constructors and driver standings. He gives them all the trophies. He is the one that has funded all that, and it's a big thank you to that, because it makes One Hub what it is. We want to award our drivers, we want to make the drivers feel like they're in the most unique league and they're being offered the best place possible. So as the drivers prepare to start this 35 lap Grand Prix, Minty, I'm gonna let you start this, alright?
Oh, first time in One Hub for me.
Well, I'm gonna let you start. It's a special occasion. I'm back, and mainly I don't want to voice crack.
I
No, I'm
I
joking.
don't even have a thing to say, so
Right, well,
I'll
on you
just
go.
make it up. As we see Dex Extra lining up on the final spot on the grid, 18th place. Formation lap is officially complete. Now we're just waiting for the 5 red lights. And we see the cars revving up. 3, 4, 5 red lights. Out and away we go. It's Peter Parker with an amazing start. F1 for we have the timing glitch. This is lovely.
Well, I think
Now-
I'll take it from there. You've kind of lost yourself, Minty.
I have the time. I can't see.
Quest
you
is
as
in
well.
P2, F1 4 P3, Lahofner in the P4 still, Rainman taking advantage of the start. That might be TCG King, we will never know until the timing glitch fixes itself. But Peter Parker doing well to give himself in front of everyone. F1 Farf though getting a very nice run there and is looking to challenge Quest for P2. Down the inside as we come into the end of Sector 2, and oh, there's a bit of clashing going on between the Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo, but Farf takes advantage of that and Quest has to concede the position. Scorpion on with a great start here, already up into B4, and looks to set his eyes on his 2 championship rival, that being Quest and Pizza Parker.
Now Chris William slipstream on Farf. He's not close enough to him. 2/10 is not close enough. Currently, without the RS, he can't do much. But I was completely not ready for you to tell me to start the Grand Prix. So that was my bad.
It was going to be on the spot. I wanted...
Yeah, and I was on the spot, and you saw how it went. Oh, that's Catboy losing nearly 2 positions now, but Cam just not making the second corner completely, and Kieran only goes down 1 position.
Well, we're seeing Pizza Barker do what he does best, and that's braking, or basically bolting on these first few laps to pull out that DRS gap, and basically allow himself to have a little pocket of safety netting behind them, so nobody decides to pounce and potentially kill him. There is your protected pit stop strategy, but we know that rain is meant to be coming, supposedly, if our weatherman is very... oh, it is King J down the inside of Riley Pies here. A very nice move. Oh, the other way around.
Going outside.
Sorry, my bad.
Nearly made the move, but now King J is down the inside for the next corner.
That Ferrari with a brilliant UPS sponsor. Oh!
There's a little bit of contact, but that's Riley in front of the Ferrari. But now Rainman on his teammate.
It's gonna be free wide.
Potentially on Riley. That's a great overtake from Rainman as it starts to rain.
As there's a lot of tyre clash in here, that it's almost free wide. King J gives up the possession. Rainman though back down the inside on his medium tyres, by the way. Can we just talk about that for a second?
I don't think that's the best strategy because it's raining. At least on my screen it is.
Yeah, it is. Don't worry, Minty, you are not blind.
Okay, that's good. I don't need glasses
Or seeing
yet.
things, sorry, seeing things.
But now Rainman is around the outside of Riley and he makes the move.
But what about Quest? He's looking to set up the move on F1 Farf here. He's not really feeling the pressure from behind. I'm seeing people talking in the chat. I cannot see. I've got a stupid restart computer thing. Tires, please. Ah, okay, there's the tires. Sorry, I had a thing blocking it. I apologise. But here goes Quest down the inside of F1 Farf here, and he's gonna get it nice and easy. Can't really fight it. No point fighting it. It's too dangerous, especially in these conditions where the tires are going to be colder than usual.
I don't know any battles going on. Yes, Cam is going down the inside of Kieran. Now he's also on the medium compound of tires, which is very interesting. I'm not sure why him and Rainman decided to go on the mediums, but it's kind of working out for them. Now going side by side with Kapoiki, and Kapoiki just has to concede the position as he gets a 3-second time penalty. But that is Vitinho down the inside of him, and Vitinho just can't make the move stick.
With Vitinho, it seems Kapoiki might have something up with setup or something. He's seeming very kind of slow in the straights, and that's around the outside for Vitinho. And Kapoiki is just getting bullied off the circuit at this point.
He really is, and he's down 6 positions, isn't the best for him, starting P8, if I've done my maths correctly.
Well, Scorpion Hunter is on the back of F1 Farf and is noticing maybe, well, I hope is noticing that Quest is actually pulling away from Farf, so he needs to get this move done. We near the turn 1 and he's going to go for maybe down the inside. No, decides to opt out, maybe too dangerous. At the moment, Lahofner doing well to stick for the top guys at the moment. The gap from Quest to Pizza Parker is at 2.6, so let's see how our race leader is doing up at the top.
Yeah, he's leading by 2.7 seconds. Absolutely outstanding job from him. And he's looking like the favourite so far.
Well, he's increasing that gap, and I just want to talk about this barrier as we come into that corner. I don't know if you see it, but it pops out. And my experience with driving around here is I always seem to hit that at some point.
I absolutely hate that wall. I usually play career mode, but that always catches me.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of them corners, one of them barriers. I don't think it's like that in real life. It might be. There's a lot of trees here, which might make that kind of happen, but I'm not too sure.
And it's so unexpected because it's under the bridge, so the shadow is kind of covering it up. I mean, if it was in the daylight, you would kind of see it, but not when it's completely dark.
We just say there's many penalties already coming in as we're only on lap 6 of 35. F1 Farf now 9 to 8, 8 times behind. Question is struggling. The only thing probably keeping him in the fight is DRS at the moment. Luckily, he's got three times the amount as usual.
Yes, he is. And now we see Lehoffner catching up to the pack. A bit of a DRS train happening here. Not for long, this DRS train, as it seems to be getting heavier and heavier the ring.
Well, I wanted to discuss everyone on the medium tyres at the moment. It seems that they're really sticking to this kind of rain. These kind of... There's a lot, bit better now. Scorpion Hunt down the inside of F1 Farf. It's a brilliant move, and Farf has to concede the position. Loeffner, though, struggling on traction and will lose the DRS, it seems. But maybe he'll catch them on the battle. Rayman, though, on the medium tyres, has been pulling down this gap to Loeffner in the past few laps, and he's seeming very comfortable out there, Minnie.
He really is. I think the mediums are doing surprisingly well. I was expecting them to really not compete against the softs, as the difference is, I think, 6/10 per lap.
Well, as we go further into the race now, lap 7, Scorpion Hunt with a crucial 3-second penalty. That's not going to help him long term, but I can assure you, if you get no pens around here, I reckon you deserve a trophy from one hub, in my opinion. As that's a spin for Lehoffner. It was going so well, but sadly his good night comes quickly back at him and turns into a very, very bad night.
As he hits the wall again, while trying to spin around. That was very unfortunate. He probably lost on the right apex, or the... yeah, that's an apex.
Can we just discuss, people have opted for the inters? I really don't think this is the right strat. TC has just been passed quite easily by OKK, and
Chris is into the pits.
Oh, maybe
right,
it's inters.
That might be for inters. No, it's for the medium compound of tires.
TC is spun it, and he's retiring from the Grand Prix, looks like.
I think he is. Maybe the inters weren't the right decision. F1 Farf also wanted the inters. I have a feeling everyone just followed Chris in, and they were praying he was going on the inters, so they decided to go on the inters too, but...
Quest is usually a strategy god.
He went on the mediums, so that will shake things up, definitely.
It's not ready. There's not enough rain coming down.
There's not enough rain on the track.
Don't get me wrong, Scorpion Hunt is struggling out here on his softs, but these tyres will be wearing a lot more. They'll be spinning, the rear tyres especially will be spinning a lot more because of the wet conditions. Well, Peace Parker coming to the bits. No, he won't. He'll stay out.
Does Scorpion go in? No.
So I think what Quest has done here, man, is I think he's pitted because...
Oh, that's Riley! He spun at the Wall of Champions, and thanks God to Ghosting, he avoids everyone. Sorry for cutting you in there.
I think we're getting to this kind of merge point now. We're at lap 9 of the Grand Prix. I think Riley's potentially thinking, right, these tyres are done. Do I take the risk now? He said on P9, the tyres will be absolutely boiling. And more than boiling, they will be on fire, to be fair. As he comes in to second sector now. TC with a 3-second penalty. Quest though on the medium tyres, just sticking to the circuit. I mean, this is back in like the 2018 days, where the harder tyre used to be better in wet conditions. I don't know if we're seeing that here.
As he loses it a little, so maybe the commentators curse.
Can I just say it was a brilliant move there on Riley Bias, and he also dodged, voice crack, he also dodged TC throughout it. I don't know if I can like just change my voice box for like, somebody else's. If somebody wants, if anyone wants a voice box with tons of voice cracks, I'm here. I'm here.
Now Chris is ahead of Dexter and Vitinho is into pits.
Oh, that's another crash.
Oh, that's Dexter. In the wall, just like Riley. I'm not sure if he was going side by side with someone though. But that corner where Kevin Magnussen had a crash in qualifying in 2019, really showing difficult for the drivers in these changing conditions.
But I think with that kind of wall of champions area, it's a very dangerous part. You basically scrape the wall in the exit. But what a lot of people do is they like to get in the power very early. Basically meaning the car is power sliding most of the time through that corner. So that's what usually causes it. The tyre then clips the barriers on at the wall of champions, and that's what spins you round. And that's what we've seen a bit with Riley Bays. Obviously he was going side by side. I don't know you were on board with that. That is what usually happens, and we'll have to see Dexter though being very kind to the drivers ahead of him now.
Rainman is ahead of Scorpion. Scorpion goes into pits. It's just not working for the Mercedes guys, and he is the mediums and a front wing change from him. As we saw, his left front end plate was non-existent, gone, reduced atoms.
Well, let's talk about this here. So I think what Peter Spark is trying to do is stay out for these enters. But look at the amount of time our Quest is gaining by. I mean, the gap is 13 seconds now.
Yeah, he's probably praying for an intermediate track so that he can go on the wet tyres. The softs can only last 13 laps according to my data. And we're coming up to that kind of deadline. We're on lap 11 coming up to lap 12, and Peter Parker will really be nursing his tyres on these couple of laps.
Well, Quest right on the back of ST Mats. He just seems more comfortable. That kind of early grip he's got on his tyres are really helping him out. As ST Mats gets a bit out of shape on the exit of the hairpin and gives up the position for now. CSG main Rainman. Oh, yep.
Is in the pit, just like Rainman and Cam K.
Except it's enters. It's enters for Rainman.
And mediums for Pizza Burger, and he's serving a. No, that was my bad. I thought he was serving a 5-second time penalty. As two people have retired, Vitinho and King J. Oh, that's a big crash. If you go on board with Rich 500, hopefully we see that on this screen.
Oh! And that does not look. Oh, the tires are off and everything. I've never seen the rear tires off of that.
Huge.
I cannot wait for the steward's office.
We need a replay system like iRacing. I need to see what has happened here. Cody's make your game better.
And everyone's going on the enters. Everyone is going on the enters now. What this has done is this is going to make the rain come a bit quicker when we get back racing. Or well, it's not going to get quicker, but it's going to show up sooner when they get racing. Is a drive-through penalty for F1 Farf there, as I believe, well, he's been speeding. But here's the question then. The guys on the mediums and the guys that have just pitted onto mediums, what are they going to do?
Oh god. Well, they don't have any indication if it's drying up by the DRS going off. So I think Peter Parker will just be waiting for Chris's decision.
Quest is out. I think Peter Parker should gamble, but he's not going to.
Also staying out. SC Matt's also staying out on his 11 lap old mediums.
How long can the mediums go for, my tire man Menti?
Mediums 29.
29. What?
And the hards can actually go the full length of the Grand Prix.
Okay, I reckon them mediums can only go like 22 laps max.
Now the mediums are really strong. there's barely any difference between them and the hards, and then the softs are twice as bad as the tyre were.
Well, what are your predictions now? I mean, we're looking at Pete Parker. We've seen how strong Quist was on them early kind of medium grip kind of stage compared to everyone else in these conditions. Pete Parker, who looks to be quicker at this point, could we see him fly?
So I have two contenders currently. Pizza Parker, if it doesn't keep raining as bad, I'm feeling he could get the race win. He has newer tyres than Chris, but if the rain comes in heavy, I think Rainman has a good chance of winning the Grand Prix. How about you?
I think one of them said it was going to rain, but I think we have on our hands a situation where it's just not going to rain. You have to remember here though, Rainman, Cam, all these guys, I believe they made 2 stops now. Is there a way I can check that?
I'm just gonna check that.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. So okay, some of them have made 1 stop, but for these guys that have already made the 2 stops, they'll be sitting in a great position right now, because they only have to make 1 more stop. Oh, well, I guess that's the same. Okay.
That is true, but if it goes back to tries,
yes,
everyone will have to. I mean, we don't have a clear indication. If it's wet enough for inters currently, we will have to wait a lap, I think that is, after the safety car comes in, to see if the RS activates or not.
Well, I believe the safety car will be coming in this lap, though there's quite a few people that are away from the pack, so we don't know.
Apparently it's only 3 drivers on the dry tyres, and it's 2 racing points and Chris.
And there's a safety car line right there, and it looks like it's staying out 1 more lap.
It's probably due to the back markers of Ridge 500 Sepa Parf after serving his drive-through penalty of KDK and Kapwiki. Now Kapwiki's really struggling on these mediums. Seems like OKK and Farf just have the better pace compared to him.
Well, as we sit here and wait, why don't we go through the constructor standings? As we haven't yet. Here is the constructor standings. So Mercedes still leading the way with 174 points. And
I'm sorry to cut in, Kapwiki is going on the Inter, so he has a feeling it is time for the wet. So it's only Chris and Pizza Parker left on the dries, and they don't have a clear indication whether it's wet enough because they are sat right behind the safety car.
Well, back to my constructor standings. Racing Point MP2, Haas P3, Red Bull P4, Ferrari MP5. I mean, that is, I swear, an improvement from earlier in the season. Alfa Romeo P6, we know that's a very big improvement for them. Renault in P7, Williams in P8, AlphaTauri P9, and McLaren with maybe one of their most disappointing seasons in Podium tier. I would have to actually check the stats on that, but sitting in P10 with 8 points.
Yeah, it's really not looking good as the safety car is in this lap, so you will return to racing. And it will be very interesting with the wet conditions.
It's been a long wait to get back underway here at Montreal, but here we go. Quest on the mediums, Pete Parker on the mediums, the rest of the field on intermediates. The rain is coming down hard, and here we go. And Quest begins his lap, and he understeers.
Oh!
And these tires must be crying at the sight.
That's Pizza Parker losing the back end. Rainman trying to get ahead of him, but There's still a yellow flag running. And yeah, you just see the understeer from the dry runners, and this is not going well for them at all. You can see the pace advantage Rainman has on Chris.
Well, Podium might get his best result this season. He's sitting in the standings currently in P16 with only 6 points.
That is very well, as Chris does a half spin. Really, these drivers on the dry compound of tyres, they're just like mobile chicanes currently.
I know that this is actually quite dangerous, if you think about it.
It definitely is, but Pisa Parker, a little of sportsmanship there, going on the inside to try and let everyone pass.
It was almost a spin there for Quest as well. F1 far making his way by down the inside there. As is free wide on the hairpin.
Oh,
you love to see it. And it's round the outside for Catboy Key. What a move! Will he be making more? It looks like he gets a good run on Riley Buys now, who's also got a good run on Dexter, who will come out on top. They're free wide almost. Zepido looks to get it back on Catboy Key. We've got a huge slipstream fest going on, and Zepido gets it done.
Key goes to the escape road, and he loses out on Zepido and might even lose to OKK. Yes, he does. Pisa Parker stays out.
Maybe he knows. Oh well, it did say it was going back to dry.
Yes, but he surely will lose a lot of time.
It is already looking to dry up though, isn't it? This could be masterclass, if we don't know.
Or
but at the moment,
yeah,
it could be disaster as well. Quest is doing the same.
That is very interesting, I say, but...
Oh, that's a bit dangerous. I just...
time loss here, sorry for cutting you in, is 16.5 seconds. And they're already outside of it, at least Pizza Parker is.
Every time I see one of these drivers almost crash, I get really, like, anxious.
Especially these days, it's just... I also get that.
Yeah, I think it's mainly because they put on such a good show, and then they put so much effort in. But Polish Town and ST Mass going at it. Also Zepido and Catboy Key down the inside. Can he get the move done? Or well, can he get the move back on Zepido? Now he chases down Riley Buys.
Yes, he does, and Scorpion Hun is catching up to the two leaders. They have a healthy gap to ST Mass of 4 seconds, as those are yellow flags for
Pizza Parker.
Yes, this is looking like great masterclass.
Well, here we go. Lap 18 out of 35. Don't make fun of me, please. Scorpion Hun sitting in P3. Just, I think, waiting to pick off the drivers ahead. We know Scorpion is most likely the quicker of the two, as he is the championship leader at the moment. But can we just say then, it might not be a masterclass drive from Pizza Parker, but it is one from Scorpion Hun.
Yes and no. He started 5th.
He started 5th.
He went on the inters quite early, yes. He did.
He's sitting in 3rd, right? He's got both the Rainman and Cam on him, in front of him, and he's in a title fight. How is this not a masterclass drive? He's doing what he needs to do to win this title.
I wouldn't say it's a masterclass, but he's definitely doing what he has to do.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but
maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe we're just both wrong. Okay, that's what we'll go for. We're both wrong, everyone.
That's usually what it is.
Don't listen to us. No point. No point. James Hook, I can assure you, mate, that is definitely not dry all race. I mean, look at this. It's pouring it down.
I mean, maybe in Britain it could be dry, but definitely not here.
Ah, yeah, that is. But no, Canada is known for its snow, I'm sure. Not sure about Montreal though, but It might be. I should really do my geography. I know these things. Right, Cam though, looking to get the move done on Rainman. Dexter also a freezing penalty there, so they cut you off.
Down the inside, Cam. They're still going side by side. He's going to try to get the under and over. And
oh, he's going to dive it.
Leaks his stick. But now Rainman will try to go around the outside. Which will turn to inside for turn 2. They're still going side by side. Great racing from these two for the lead of the Grand Prix. But Rainman loses the traction a little bit and he has to go down to second.
Scorminon, another 3-second penalty. Here is something though. Scorminon, I think, has put himself in a very good position here. A reliable position because he's letting these two guys just fight, take the risks. And if both of these crash, Scorpion is straight up into the lead. Obviously, if he doesn't get caught up in it, but time will tell. But the way these two, I've seen Cam, I've seen Rainman. Both of them like to battle hard. Now, if they continue, the conditions are hard. I mean, we get told that it's going dry, rain, dry. So, if it goes back to kind of another transferring kind of conditions, it could get really dangerous out here for the front runners.
They really could. They'll have to rely really on timing and strategy. I just wanted to say that if Cam Case stays in this position, it will actually be his first Grand Prix win in one hub.
That's something to keep in the books, in the history books. There's something to add to his history books. Rainman though, he's not looking as comfortable as Scorpion and Cam, but Cam is really a strong force, it seems, when he's in the lead. He's every time Rainman tries to push harder, Cam pushes that little bit more, and there's a 1 second gap now. Voice crack. Everyone, you'll love to see it.
But these two really came out of nowhere. They started P10 and 11, or P11 and 12. I'm not too sure. Next P10 and 11, but great job from the two of them.
You know,
Ian first and second. Go on.
Wait, you're I don't know what you're saying. It doesn't matter. Right, Scorpion in third. He needs to get the move done now. He's got time penalties on, and Rainman just isn't going quick enough. So, will he get it done into turn 1? He tries to get the traction down, but Rainman beats him to it as they now go over the start finish straight, over the start finish line. Apologies. And Zepto with another 3-second penalty, adding to his total.
Now, Peter Parker came into pits for intermediate tires. Chris stays out on the medium still. I don't think it's a mastermind strategy, or whatever you called it.
A master class.
Yes, master
a
class.
Mastermind, man.
I heard that before from
Nope.
other.
Nope.
I heard that.
You've never heard that. Nope.
I have.
Nope.
I actually have. Yes.
Stop. Don't lie to yourself, Minty. You've never heard that before.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
The only thing that has mind that I can remember is Megamind, the movie. You know, the only thing I remember about that movie was the guy had a big head. So, no.
And he was blue.
Andy was blue.
Yes.
But, less about Megamind and more about the race, I would say, Minty. As we have Dexter, our lobby host, Watchy, going against Polish Town, Zebrido and OKK. Minty, that's your cue. I'm looking for them. Whoa. Anyway,
Some ASMR one hop here.
no, wait, no. Right. Zebrido and P1 here as we go into second, third corner, second, I don't know. Zebedeo really, it might be trying to use, I'm sure he's still on the pad, if he is. If he's not, I apologise, but if he's on the pad, he'll be using his pad traction to his advantage as he looks to pop and move on at Dexter ahead of him. Now, Zebedeo's season, I wouldn't say it's been underwhelming. I would say it's been a very good average for him. But from what I know, Zebedeo, I did not kind of expect him to be in that position. I thought he was going to be in a championship fight. Now, I think this might be down to a few unlucky moments and stuff. But I remember commentating Zebedeo back in the old Podium days. Season, I don't know, a few seasons ago anyway. But here he goes down the inside of Dexter, but doesn't go for him, keeping it nice and safe. Now that is one thing I know about Zebedeo. But it looks to get the switch back on. This could be a very nice move as they go down the start, finish straight up to turn 1, and Dexter holds the position, braking nice and late and keeping the car stuck well to the track. Maybe what we're seeing here is a bit of teamwork from the AlphaTauris, Mitty.
It really might be, as now Zebedeo will he be in front of Dexter?
Yep, he uses the pad traction.
Now, I don't really want to go into that argument because I know a lot of people have varying opinions about it.
Okay, right, Zebedeo on Podium. It's a 1 second gap, and he'll be bringing it down by the minute, or by the, I mean racing times. Okay. Anyway, he'll be bringing the times down, I'm sure. The Red Bull driver will be wanting to get, I would say, a better position than P8. I would say his expectations would have probably been a top 5 for this race for me. So a long time to go, and from here on it's kind of just a gap.
Oh, that's Dexter spinning again.
Yeah, no, that's not really. That is one place. I mean, that's a weird bit to spin, is it not?
It really is, but earlier on we saw SC Mass battling for with Chris, and he nearly lost it there as Dexter goes into the pits.
Maybe says that, says hello to the end of his race. But Zebedeo now closed up to the back of Podium, and the gap is increasing from Podium to Catboy Key. So you're really seeing the pace difference. He's onto the soft.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. That's very interesting. As we saw him lose traction at the end of the hairpin, I don't think that's the smartest move. He's just going to be losing it even more.
It stopped raining.
It has.
It has stopped raining. It could be masterclass strategy.
As Chris is into the pit, so no.
Oh, why is this so sunny?
It really is.
Well, it's not sunny, but it's definitely getting a lot brighter. But let's talk about this three-man fight that's going on. I'm loving this here. Cowboy Key, Riley Buys, and ST Maz going ham. 3 different 3 different teams, 3 different drivers, and very kind of. I know. I think. I know. I'm gonna go say 3 different ages. So, ST Maz is leading this small train at the moment. They're not really holding each other up, they're kind of just pushing each other to the quickest they can go. But can we just say either either the training is excellent round here, or we've got a little brushing man that is just sweeping up all this rain who's invisible, because it's just me, or is this rain disappearing like crazy?
It really is. We might have them NASCAR trucks that we see.
Ah, yeah. That might be the case. Laying down the tarmac. But I think there's been a little issue here with Scorpion and Rain Man. I don't know, because ST Math has caught quite a lot to them. And sorry, yeah, okay, I'm right. I am right. They are catching. this train are working together well. It's still too wet in my opinion. There's too much rain coming off the tyres, which meaning the tread on the intermediate tyres are picking up rain, and that's it's flicking it up, and that's how they get their grip. And that's kind of like why you see the intermediates have little holes in their tyres compared to the kind of slicks. The slicks, literally they're slicks. They don't have holes in them.
Great analysis there
Yes.
from DSR_Brett.
Yes, got to include that. You know, I'm meant to be a specialist in this, not. You know, it's been a long time since I've been on this game, so leave me alone. Riley buys in at P5. There gets a little bit of a tank slapper, and will this open the door for Catboy Key as we go into the airpin? No, he doesn't get the option, but again, look at the gap between ST Mats and Scorpion Hunt. It's coming down like crazy.
It really is. Well, now Scorpion Hunt is at the back of Rainman. Will he be able to make the move?
I think this is a race for the pits.
Or big mode engage.
It's a race to.
Oh!
That's not nice.
Scorpion Hunt has to take the escape route, and Rainman, that was not the best from him.
I mean, Scorpion Hunt did break too early. But, that's... wow.
We'll have to go to the steward's office for sure.
As you see the amount of standing rain actually in the pit there, it gets flicked up by the slicks. But, let's talk about the top four here now on intermediate. Scorpion Hunt's lost all that time now. His race was going well. Don't get me wrong, Cam with excellent pace is 9 seconds behind these guys, and is actually losing time. So maybe it was too early. Maybe Scorpion Hunt has actually been helped out.
He might have been, and as someone, I forgot their name, made like a spreadsheet with all the drivers who will be getting eliminated if Scorpion Hunt finishes in X position. If he wins the race, there will be a crazy amount of people just going out of the championship fight. I mean, they weren't in it in the start, but now mathematically they cannot get it.
Right,
Scorpion
well,
Hunt is into the pits.
I don't think that was the right call from Scorpion. It might have been. He might know something we don't. But from what I was seeing, he was gaining a second out in front from Cam.
I mean, they are the ones driving the circuit, so who knows, but Cam is in front of Scorpion by 2 seconds.
But the gaps came down. The gap has came down, and now it's a battle for the net position here. As it'll take a while for Scorpion to get his tyres heated up. The track is still very cold, and that is why you're seeing them take it so easy. But Scorpion Hunt now into the second sector, using the curbs, taking the risk, and isn't gaining the time at the moment.
Really isn't. He's actually losing time. He was 2.6 now, 3.6 to the car ahead of him, and the track is fairly green. He can't really heat up his tires that well, which is a disadvantage for him. Now everyone up in front is pitting in. Kabwiki was about to go for another lap, but he saw the two of them go in, so he was like, ah sure, why not? And they are all onto dry tires. Yes, they are. Soft until the end of the Grand Prix, with 6 laps remaining.
I don't know why Scorpion Hunt's taking it so easy. I think that's actually going to cost him his position. Yeah, well, as ST Max goes flying into the ground.
Whoa! And Scorpion Hunt losing traction a little at the exit there, trying to maybe overtake them two. Just not happening. Or maybe it is. He's ahead of ST Mats now. Riley in second. Will be eyeing up a move on him.
Well, Scorpion might get the grip on his tyres now, might feel a bit more confident, but no, he doesn't. He's kept it in 5th gear. And I know this looks like... I know this won't be the case, but it does look like, for instance, Scorpion still sitting in like raining conditions compared to the rest of everyone, because he's keeping it in high gears, he's not really pushing the car or the tyres at all. Well, he's got at all, to be honest.
As now
DRS is enabled.
DRS has been enabled, yes.
Maybe that'll give him the confidence.
Now he has overtake mode, engaged DRS,
And
wide
DRS.
open.
I don't know, it worked like that.
Too far away.
I thought it worked as like, when it is enabled, you have to cross a line for it to work. I didn't know it actually just went bang, like, there you go. But, you know, I guess what it is. It is what it is. As we go into turn 1, Riley Bays hold the position MP2 at the moment. But can these guys gain on Cam? That is the question, Minty. Do you think it's going to happen?
I kinda doubt it. Cam is looking really good so far in his Renault, and he's actually pulling away a little from the pack, so with 4 laps remaining, I think he has it in the bag unless he makes a mistake.
Oh, here we go. It is crunch time for Riley by Scorpion Honda, ST Matt, and potentially Catboy Key, who has done, okay, am I right here? A masterclass drive. He's in P5 right now.
You mean a mastermind drive?
No.
Yes.
No.
As punish on spins.
You're ruining it. Mente, don't ruin it. A masterclass drive.
You're the one with voice cracks.
He is catching ST Mats, and he might actually have a chance at putting his name further, maybe into the podiums with the penalties ahead. Quiz, penalty, as we talk about it.
Well, that won't affect him much. 45 seconds behind the car in front. I think he's just hoping for a safety car or something at this point.
Catboy Keys in a second. Here he goes.
Now Farf is going for a move on Zepadoodle for 7th position, which will be important in that midfield battle, and Zepadoodle just concedes the position.
I'm wanting to say on board with Catboy Keys. Sorry to cut you off there, Minty. But he's looking so confident, he's wringing the neck out his racing point, and it looks like he's going to get the move done into the airpin. Down the inside he goes on the Red Bull driver. Both Red Bull drivers seem to be getting overtaken in the same lap here. He will be activating overtake, and will have the DRS on the driver ahead as both of them activate it. But Catboy Key does brilliant to get ahead of ST Mats there.
Now Catboy Key, if he gets in front of Scorpion, he will be helping out himself, he will be helping out Racing Point, and he will be helping out his teammate Peter Parker, who is in 11th with no points currently.
He is gaining a lot though, so he'll get, I reckon he'll get a point on the dying, or in the latter stages of this race as we're actually on them.
He has the fastest lap, so that's already 1 point outside.
He's almost on the second now. He's flying. Catboy Key though is also flying, so maybe it's something in that racing point. Are they cheating? We'll never know. But here he goes, he's got the grip, he's got the confidence, and moves to the right hand side of the circuit. They really are just driving around these drivers. Maybe maybe the circuit's just, maybe they've seen different weather. Maybe it's nice and sunny for them too.
Oh, these drivers are a little bit of mobile chicanes for Catboy Key, but I doubt he will be catching up to Cam anytime soon, especially with only 2 laps remaining as soon as we cross the finish line.
Well, here we go on to the second last lap. Catboy Key here on to the back of Riley Bays.
As he going turn 1 and 2, can't get close enough to him. I think he'll just wait for the big straight, or else the hairpin where he made a move on SC Mass earlier. to get ahead and into second position.
Well, here we go. Catboy Key, Riley buys. They go at it. They go to the dying stages of the Grand Prix with only 1.5 laps to go. Whoever's in the comments, let's see who. Jess, who do you think is gonna win? Who do you think is gonna come in second? Let me hear it.
I have a feeling Chris will. Looking very good.
And second.
Catching up.
Quest.
Yeah, second. Yeah, he's catching up to a car ahead at a rate of knots.
For second.
So, yeah, he just.
Oh, here goes Cowboy Key, moving to the right hand side of the track. The Racing Point challenges the Alfa Romeo driver, and Riley sits back and thinks, right, I've got one more chance in this Grand Prix. Can I make it happen? He's got to stick with the Racing Point driver. Same way as Team Mats on Scorpion Hunt.
Yes, that is true, and if ST Mats gets in front of Scorpion Hunt, that will hinder Scorpion's title fight, as we see P7 currently on 2 points.
Jess thinks Catboy Key has P2 in the bag. And he does actually have a lap car in front of him. He's going to get some DRS maybe.
Oh yes, he will. And
I think it's already race over for P2. It's Dexter. But Scorpion Hunt and ST Mats are still in a big battle for P4 here. I believe ST Mats already has it confirmed with the penalties. But here we go to the hairpin. ST Mats doesn't go to make the move yet. He's waiting. He's going to maximise the exit, gets the car straightened up nice and early, on the power as early as possible. He sets up the move as we go down the straight now, activating the DRS, putting on the overtake. Scorpion does not have any ERS to defend with. He moves from the right, moves to the left, and he gets very close to the wall, ST Mats does. And it's a brilliant move, a brilliant battle to end tonight's Grand Prix and Podium tier. Cam in first, Riley in second, Cowboy Key in third with a great drive. ST Mats almost stealing it off of Catboy Key there. Scorpion on P5 there. Rainman P will be coming home in P6 across the line. F1 far for a decent recovery drive after his wing damage and a few altercations during the race. But a great drive from him as well. Zebrido, welcome home in 8th. Polwich Town going round the final corner, passing the champions for the final time in this race, and gets P8 taking over Zebrido's position. Peace Parker with a great recovery drive, yeah, you must say. Going
really has been
from last to P10 and finishes in P9, so it's going to be 2 points. And definitely Racing Point salvaging that race in the constructors fight.
Yes, they have, but unfortunately to Catboy Key, his second place was removed and he was downgraded to P3. But in my opinion, Cam K has done an amazing job. And that is their first win ever in one hub. So there's going to be a party definitely in that household tonight for his first win. Second was Riley Biss, and third to round off the podium was Catboy Key.
Well, I must say, a great race. I thoroughly enjoyed that. You did go through the final results here, didn't you? Or, okay, we'll go through them now. Cam came on. The man from USA, we were talking about him earlier actually, finishes in first with a great drive, and I can't say anyone deserved it more than him. Riley buys in P2, great drive from him in the Alfa Romeo, that gets another big points haulage for the Alfa Romeo team. Catboy Key in P3 with a stunning drive, ST Mats P4, Scorpion on P5, Rainman P6 with another strong performance, F1 Farf assisting Riley buys in tonight's race, Polish Town P8. Peter Parker P9 with a good recovery drive on him, getting the fastest lap point as well. Zebrido in P10, OKK in P11, Dexter P12, Rich 500 P13, and P14 we have Swiss, and then the rest of the grid, who's DNF, is Vitinho, TG, Kingsley, Lahofner, and TC.
Hey, let's maybe talk about our driver of the days. Who do you pick?
I have to give it to Catboy Key. I'm hoping you go for Cam.
I actually wasn't planning to go for Cam.
Who are you planning on going for?
ST Mats from P17, second last to podium position.
Well, okay, so we're not going for the race winner today then.
Oh god, nah, it's really difficult.
no, ST Mats.
It's his first win.
It deserves it, and Catboy Key also, and so does Cam. If we could do 3, I wish we could.
Yeah, please make it happen.
Yeah, but my question for Catboy Key is, what was he thinking when he was chasing down the rest of the pack there to finish on the podium for, I think, the first time in his one-hub career? What was going through his head when he seen that opportunity arise? That is my question for Kieran Catboy Key. Now, what is your question for ST Mats?
ST Mats. How was it in the change from dries to wet to dry, especially when starting P17? He must have made a lot of overtakes.
Well, there is your questions for our 2 drivers of the day tonight. I thank you for everyone who's watched all the way through. Thank you, Minty, for making the comms better, because mine are horrible. I'm gonna use the excuse I was very rusty. But another shout out to our sponsors, Next Level Racing, for helping us out in One Hub, and also, oh no, Liam 123.
I think it's actually Liam 1-3.
Liam 1-3. Okay.
Yes,
See, I thought I got it wrong earlier. I was like, I swear it's 1-3. But Liam at 1-3, I'll correct myself this time. For funding all the trophies as well. A big help from both of them. Now, we will see you next week for, I don't know where, as always. But that's the mystery, you know. I always get a surprise. I didn't even know it was Canada today, and I joined and I was like, yes, it's Canada. And it definitely offered a great race, great driving from all round. Really happy to be back, and I'll try. Well, no, I will definitely up my commentary performance for next week. Both me and Minty will. But that is me and Minty for commentary today. Nice to have 2 others to help each other, right? Goodbye, Riley. We will see. I'll probably talk to you in a minute anyway. But thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.